Theists, I respect and understand your rights to believe in an all-loving deity who is responsible for creating and governing the universe. I don't share that belief myself, but as a former believer, I do understand why you would take that position. Even now, as an atheist, I can still put myself into a hypothetical situation in which I imagine what a universe governed by an almighty, all-loving God might be like. What I'd like for you to do is take a moment to honestly put yourself into my position and imagine what a world would be like if your God didn't exist. I'm not asking you to imagine a world without religion. Just imagine for me what the world would be like if the God you believe in didn't exist. When I imagine such a world with no omnipotent, all-loving God, I see a myriad of things. I see a world where children, adults, and elderly alike are cut down in droves by incurable diseases. I picture a time and place when innocent people are punished for things they didn't do, and where guilty parties get away with heinous crimes because the fortunes they steal afford them better attorneys. I imagine a place where an ignorant majority is taken advantage of by a consistently corrupt government they trust, or even if they don't trust it, have no defense against its rule. I see a world where countless people cry out to a God that doesn't exist for the food and clean water they believe he designed them to require, and he doesn't answer, not because he doesn't care, but because he isn't there. Despite nature seemingly stacking the odds against humankind, I still imagine a world in which only a small number of people are genuinely evil, a small number of people are genuinely pure-hearted, and the majority of people rest somewhere in between with genuinely positive intentions. In this world, I picture with no celestial judge, justice is served sometimes, and sometimes it's not. People move about their lives not knowing what happens when they die, though most pretend they know, just because it feels more comfortable than admitting ignorance on such a pressing, relevant, and permanent issue as death. I imagine a world where many people do what they can for other people and wish they could do more, but don't have the means. In this godless world, many of the wealthiest people are also among the most selfish and dishonest people, which is no coincidence. But that's what I see when I imagine a world without God. What do you suppose such a world would be like yourself? What differences would happen in a world without the God you believe exists? If you put yourself into the atheist's shoes for just a moment and entertain the possibility that an almighty God just might not be there, what then would the world be like? I think you'll picture a world much like the one I do, the same world I see every day, because my eyes are open. Your turn.